Hello everyone, welcome in Learning Academy Foundation channel. Today we are going to talk about texture. You should know that artists and designers can use actor texture in their work, or they can suggest how something feels using techniques that imply texture. But what is texture? The texture means how something feels. There are two types of texture, actor texture and visual texture. In all art and design, the appearance of texture is an important visual element. In design, texture can also play a part in a product's function. For example, the textile used in this Coco Chanel cape have been chosen because of their texture. The body of the cape is made from chiffon. This is a light fabric with a smooth, almost slippery texture that allows it to slide and move freely without catching on other materials. In contrast, the color is made from feathers. Their softness, look, and feels luxurious and comforting. Actual texture or physical texture means that actual physical surface on an artwork or design. It describes the tactile feeling. What is tactile? Tactile means relating to the sense of touch. Tactile, okay? You would get the feeling of the touch you would get if you were able to run your hand over an artwork. This feeling can vary depending on the materials the artist used to create the piece of work. It could be smooth, bumpy, coarse, rough, or many other texture. Actor texture is the result of the materials used in the artist or designer techniques. Let's see some examples. The roof of Casamila by Antonio Gaudi in 1912 feature sculptural keenness in a variety of texture. Organic forms made of limestone create smooth flowing shapes. In contrast, broken glass, tiles, and marble are used to create a rough texture. These create the appearance of armored helmets. So here you can see Casamila is also called La Pedrera, a rooftop made by Antonio Gaudi in 1906, 1912. Okay. The figure of Little Dancer in there, age 14, sculptured by Edgar Degas, was originally cast with colored beeswax, but has been reproduced here in bronze. The face is smooth, suggesting the young dancer's skin. Rougher texture on the legs could suggest wrinkles in the fabrics of tights. The dancer's clothing is made from real textiles, silk ribbon, a cotton and silk tutu, and a cotton bodice. The bodice is the part of a woman's clothes above the waist, particularly a fitted vest or lace-up girdle, are all actual textures that add to the realism of the sculpture. Rather than accurately copying the appearance of their subject, many artists use texture to show their technique and to express emotion. Vincent Van Gogh created many heavily textured artworks. In Noon, the picture above, also called the Siesta After Millet, in 1890, he used thick application of oil paint in an expansive manner. This creates an artwork that has a rough texture as well as a raised surface. Applying thick areas of paint on a canvas like this is known as impasto. This layered thick paint creates a visual effect that allows you to see the individual brush strokes the artist has used. The thick brush strokes follow the shapes and forms of the objects and people, creating a sense of movement in the painting. Van Gogh also used the impasto style to reflect feeling and emotion, especially within his self-portraits. Claude Monet used the impasto technique to describe the texture and the light of his subjects. In his series of paintings of Rouen Cathedral, he changed his technique to show different light conditions. In this painting on the middle, he's applied his expensive but light brush strokes, suggesting hazy shapes in the dim light of early morning or evening. Indeed, in the painting on the left, thick dabs of paint build up more definite texture. This gives a more detailed idea of the forms of the building as seen in full daylight. Visual texture refers to the artist using their skill to create the illusion of an object texture. A still life may have a bottle, an orange, and a flower. An artist will use the materials and media in a way which will try and make the bottle look smooth, the orange look bumpy, and the flower soft, thin, and delicate. For example, in the old violin by William Michael Harnett in 1986, is a trompe-l'œil. Trompe-l'œil means a trick of the eye created by techniques that show a subject that so accurately that it seems real. Visual texture has been used to recreate the texture and the form of the subject as realistically as possible. The smooth shine of the violin, the way the sheet music hangs forward, the chipped and worn paint, rough rusty metal, and the creased envelope are all painted in great detail and with great accuracy. The image looks as if it would feel just like the real objects and surface it shows. Another area where realistic visual texture is often used is portrait painting. An artist may try to recreate the smooth skin of a younger model or the lines and wrinkles of an older subject. In Rembrandt's portrait of a sitting man in 1631, you can clearly see the realistic detail not only in the lines and wrinkles around the eyes, but in the texture of the hair. There is even a highlight added to the eye to communicate its shiny, wet texture. The style Rembrandt has adopted shows that he is trying to recreate realistic skin, hair, and even clothing texture. So for today is enough. Thank you for your attention. Please send your comments below and follow the Learning Academy Foundation page on Facebook and on Instagram. See you next time.